Hey guys, what's up? So today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Tein Flex Z coilovers that I bought. And so for this review, I'm going to go through three things really. First, I'm going to go over basically installation, like how easy and difficult installation is. Then I'm going to go over basic performance and comfort. So how did these coilovers perform and how comfortable are they for the daily driving. And lastly, I'm going to go over cost and see. I'm going to basically tell you guys my opinion on whether or not you should buy them and if they're worth it or not for the money. So first things first, let's go over installation. So for these coilovers, the installation is actually not that hard. Because these coilovers come with the top hat and everything, all you really have to do is just take out the stock strut of your car and then put on this new coilovers. And it's just very simple. It's just a couple bolts. You just take the bolts off and bolt it back on. And then for the rear, it's about the same thing. So the installation is actually pretty simple. The only difficult part about installing these coilovers is you're going to have to make sure that you want the correct ride height. So you're always going to have to take on and off your wheels and tires and then adjust your height and everything and lower your car back and forth again to see where you want to place your height, to see if you want it. Basically, you're going to have to keep doing that over and over again to see if your height's at where you want it to be or not. But other than that, the installation is pretty simple. I already have a video of me and my dad installing it. If you guys want to, you can check that out. And it's really not that hard to install. Like, out of difficulty, maybe like 4 to 5 out of 10, maybe even less, maybe like a 3. But if you get like, Tein makes another coilover. They make, I think they just make street bases. And then for these, you have to actually take the stock strut off. The stock top hat off your stock strut, and you have to put it on those coilovers, and that just makes the process way more difficult. So these I think are way better because you don't have to do any of that because it comes with the top hat. So it's just really simple. Put it in, like take out the old one, put in the new one. So installation is actually pretty easy. So that's a good plus for these coilovers. All right, so let's talk about the ride of these coilovers. So these coilovers, they come with basically softness and stiffness adjustability, so you can change like how soft your ride is and how stiff your ride is. So what I did is when you get these coilovers, they come with a booklet, and this booklet basically tells you the recommended settings for driving on like American roads and stuff. So I just set it to those settings, and with those settings, they're basically in the middle. So you have a 16-way adjustability. So you can go like 16 ticks all the way to soft or 16 ticks all the way to stiff, but the recommended settings are basically straight in the middle, which is exactly where I would put it anyway, because the way I drive is basically, I drive like normally on the road, and then sometimes I drive aggressively on the road too. So basically with those settings, this ride feels almost exactly the same as stock. Like I can barely tell the difference. And that's actually a really good point, because that's exactly what I wanted. Like when I bought these coilovers, I didn't want something that was like really like stiff or something, like, you know, I didn't want something very different from stock, because I really like the stock ride on the BRZ. So with these coilovers, you basically get the same ride like feeling as what you do with the normal BRZ coilover, the normal BRZ strut, you know. So that's a really good plus. But another really good thing about that adjustability is if you ever want to go through the track or anything, you can always change that to like all the way stiff or something, and then change it back after you get off the track. Or if you're ever going on like a long drive, maybe on vacation somewhere, you can change it to the softest setting, and then you can just have like a really comfortable ride there. But that's always a nice thing that you have with these coilovers, the fact that you can change that softness and stiffness. Another thing these coilovers give you the opportunity to do is they let you change the camber on the front. You can't change the camber on the back because of the way they're made, but you can change the camber on the front. So if you ever want to like lower your car, change the stance of your car, you have that opportunity. You have the option to do that as well, because you can change that with these coilovers. And lastly, of course, they're coilovers, so they also give you the option to lower and raise the ride height of your car. So you can just change that whenever you want to with these coilovers. You can, if you ever want to make your car a little bit higher, you can do that as well. Or if you ever just want to make it like low, you can do that also. So that's just a really good thing with coilovers. You can just always change the height. It's basically static when you're driving and stuff, but you can always change it later on, you know, it's not like permanent. So that's a good thing with coilovers. And lastly, like another good thing is, since this coilover, it's like smaller. It's not really smaller, but it's like not as thick as the stock strut of the BRZ. So because of that, you can actually put a bigger wheel on your car, which is why I bought them, because I can lower my car and I can also have bigger wheels. So I was able to buy 18 by 9.5 wheels for my car, where normally that wouldn't fit on the BRZ and that would hit the stock strut. So that's another good thing with these coilovers, because they're not as thick as the stock strut. So it just gives you the option to put on bigger wheels and tires if you want. Now, these coilovers, they're made for the street. They're not like track ready coilovers or anything. These are like made for the street. So if you're looking for something with like a lot of performance or something where it's like you can go to the track and just go really, really hard on it, like a bunch, I don't think these are the coilovers for you. I don't think these coilovers are made for that, because after driving them, I do feel a little bit of performance difference. Like I feel like when I corner, sometimes I'm like, oh, this feels way better when I corner, but it's not a huge difference. Like the difference is not massive. Like I can tell that these coilovers are made for the street, so they're made for street use. So if you're someone looking for something for the street, then this is something you should look into. But if you're someone who just wants something for the track, I would recommend maybe just looking for another coilover, because these coilovers are not made for that. All right, so let's talk about the price. So these coilovers, they go for maybe around, they go over around like $700, $800-ish dollars. And do I think that's a good price? Honestly, I think it's a pretty good price. What you're getting with these coilovers is you get camber adjustment. So you can adjust the camber, you can adjust the height, and you can adjust the softness and the stiffness of them. So you're getting all that adjustability, and it comes with a top hat. So you're not gonna have to worry about taking out the old stock top hat and like compressing your spring and doing all that. All it is plug and play install basically. So you're getting all of that, and it's around $800. And then when you look at other coilovers, they go for like way more. They're like over $1,000 usually. And then these are basically like around $700 to $800. I got mine for I think around closer to $700, because the website I bought it with, I just used they had a promo code. I went to Redline 360. So if you guys are gonna buy these, just go to I think just buy it from Redline 360, because you can use they have like a promo code. It's called Welcome, and you get like 20% off or something like that. So I just used that promo code, and then it saved me 20% off the coilovers. So I got it for cheaper, and I got free shipping too. So for the price, I think it's worth it. And then if you look at Tein's other coilovers, you have the street bias or whatever, bases. I don't even know which one what they're called. And then those are cheaper. Those are like maybe $400 to $500, but they don't come with the top hat. So honestly, if you're picking between those two, I think it's worth the extra maybe $300, 300, 200, $400 for these, because these, you get that top hat, so it's going to change the install time from maybe like 4 to 5 hours to maybe an hour and a half, and you get all that adjustability that you want. With those street bases coilovers, you don't get that adjustability. So I think it's just a better coilover, and it's worth the extra money for it. And also, it's a complete coilover, so it's like the complete thing. The street bases, like you have to take parts from your old strut, and I just don't feel like that's like you get what you pay for, you know. Like you're gonna be getting, like, I'd rather have a whole new piece, you know, not just like half a new piece and half an old piece, you know. So I think it's worth the extra money. And also, Tein also has another one called Tein Flex Z's, and then these are basically the same as the ones I have on right now, but they give you like a little bit, they give you like I think 32-way adjustability, while this one gives me 16. But honestly, those are like 1,000 something, so you're paying maybe another 200, 300 more. But I'm not really sure if those are actually worth it, because for real, for me, these are like perfect. This is all I need. Like once you adjust your car to where you want it to be, you're not gonna really change it after that. So all that adjustability is cool and all, but like you're only gonna really adjust it maybe a couple times, like when you have it, you know. So I don't need all that adjustability. I just need the coilover. I need to change the ride height if I want to, and that's basically all I need. And then that's what these give you. They give you the comfort adjustability and the ability to change the ride height. I don't need like a bunch of other settings for everything, you know. So I honestly think if you're between this and the Flex A's, I think these are worth more, are better bang for your buck, because you're paying less and you're getting honestly like the same thing. Like, you're getting honestly the same thing. It's just you don't have as much adjustability, but you still have adjustability, you know? So overall, my recommendations are, if you're looking for a cheap, like a good, fairly priced coilover with adjustability, ride height adjustability, like softness and stiffness adjustability, a pretty simple install, I recommend these 100%. These are definitely worth it. And these, and like, I think the best part about these is the fact that the ride is like similar to stock, because like the stock ride on the BRZ, like, it's not that bad. Like, honestly, it's just like a normal sports car. So if you're just looking for that same feel and nothing that's too harsh for you, these are where to go. So those are that's basically my review for the Tein Flex Z coilovers. Honestly, if I had to rate them out of 5 stars, I'd probably give them 4.5 to 5, because like, they're really good. They give you everything you need and more, basically, because you're not going to even use like half the stuff that they give you, but you have it there if you need it to be. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them for you. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and if you guys want to keep seeing more videos, you can subscribe to my channel. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on next week's video.
Bye.